If you are just joining us, good morning once again and happy Africa Day. We're so happy you could tune in. And that means you're just in time for our very first interview. Now, in recognizing the very crucial role of foreign direct the role that foreign direct investment plays in stimulating economic growth, wealth creation, and obviously poverty reduction, we have Ambassador Emilia Mkusa on the line that will be speaking to us about a lot of developments on her end as well. Good morning, Ambassador. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nicole. I'm doing very well, and happy Africa Day to my fellow Namibians.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, we're going to get straight into the swing of things, and we know that it is just over 3 years since you took up your official role, in providing consular services, to Namibian citizens. Talk to us about your tenure. Talk to us about some of your lessons learned. We're really keen on finding out.
Thank you very much. So far, my tenure has been fine, but I have to say that I went to Ethiopia in December 2018, and in 2019 we were trying to really find out what we can do to increase and also popularize Namibia's products and Namibia as a tourist destination and so forth. And just as we were about to take off, we realized we were actually hit by the turbulences of COVID-19. So everything literally came to a halt, and it literally overturned our lives. And we had to engage and learn very fast how to engage. At the multilateral front, it was easy to engage because we could go on, we could use the technology. But on the bilateral front, we had to put a hold on all the programs. As a result, they were affected. But I'm happy to say now that we have learned to live with COVID-19. We have resumed our projects, and we are going to make a success of those. Hopefully, before end of the year, you will be hearing from us what we have implemented that was put at the back due to COVID-19.
Absolutely, Ambassador. Also, in your opinion, how can we contribute to set the African agenda without compromising the Namibian integrity?
The two, actually, African agenda and the Namibian identity is not mutually exclusive, I would say. You can have both identities at the same time. Our bonds as African people, it's very firm, and our futures are intertwined. So we just need to see ourselves as part of the African continent. And also, when Namibia was fighting for its independence, the unity and solidarity that we got from the OAU at the time and the frontline states played a pivotal role in bringing about Namibia's independence. So literally, Namibia now is a member of the African Union. Our foreign and domestic policies, the objectives of our foreign and domestic objectives are all embodied into the ideals and principles of the African Union. So basically, there is no contradiction with our Namibian identity. We all strive for a better Africa for all our citizens. And as an example here is COVID-19 has taught us that without regional cooperation and solidarity, we could be worse off today. You may recall that most of the countries were in lockdown and needed medical supplies. Ethiopian Airlines was literally the only airline that was flying, and they have distributed all these medical supplies to all the African countries, if not most of the African countries, if not most. And also the assistance that was provided by Africa CDC to all the African medical services is another example that, they are all intertwined and they can work together without compromising one or the other.
Right, right. And in terms of change, Ambassador, what paradigm shift has the African Union programs or African Union programs undergone to better respond to contemporary needs?
In 2016, the African leaders decided they decided on institutional reforms of the African Union. Given the role that the AU is expected to play in driving and achieving Africa's vision of Agenda 2063 of inclusive economic growth and development, the African Union has adopted a very well-oiled, I would say a very well-oiled machine, which is the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Its initiatives have included developing an institutional design for mediation and also to promote trade on the African continent. So literally, I would say that with that vision, it really opens up and to promote the African products. To make sure that trade takes place on the continent, and also to promote the expertise, capacity building. It is in the process of providing a lot of capacity building to the African people, so we just need to embrace that.
Yeah. Now, also, Ambassador, he would actually equate monetary or fiscal standings as an equation, to pretty much like given to the wealth, I beg your pardon, of a given country, and in this regard is like a continental wealth they regard it as, whereas other people would argue it's human resource. How is it that the African Union and your office in particular are ensuring programs that invest into citizens who can in turn then invest back into the progression of the African people? And we really want to hear your elaboration on this.
Namibia is one of the countries that have ratified the AfCFTA agreement, and it commenced in January 2021. Trading commenced in January 2021. It is really up to us as Namibians to embrace the Africa Free Trade Area. And also, I know that the Ministry of Trade and Industry has been trying or engaging the private sector in this. And so we have to embrace that and see how can we trade with each other on the African continent. How can we stop importing from outside Africa? How can we, as Namibians, how can we ensure food security in Namibia itself? So it's a program that is ongoing, and in this regard, also, I would say that the African Union has allocated a quota of 22 positions to Namibia. And we have been calling for Namibians to apply for these positions at the African Union for them to get the international experience and in the long run flow back to Namibia. So far, we have only 3 permanent staff at the African Union and 2 that are on short-term contracts. We would like to see more Namibians applying to get that experience and also benefit from that regional integration program of the African Union.
Right. Let's fast forward to 2063 a little bit. Now, as part of the AU's long-term vision that is set out for Agenda 2063, which refers to key programs and initiatives to accelerate Africa's economic growth and development, how does the theme for this year, which is the Year of Nutrition, speak to those programs, Ambassador?
The theme for the year was adopted in February this year, of course, and then it has many cross-cutting issues. Nutrition, it's not just building resilience in nutrition, but also food security, and it's cutting across health, trade, and agriculture. And the theme speaks directly to attaining the AU Agenda 2063. And with the COVID pandemic, many shortcomings came to the fore. As you may recall, it was predicted that many Africans will die of that. But because of our strength, we survived. Governments are thus called upon this year to build resilience, to put in place systems to ensure food security on the continent, to break the dependency on other continents. If we all pull together through the AFCFTA, we will make it. So it's really it's a program. It's a theme that we have to really implement. I was looking at the figures for that was released recently by the Agronomic Board in terms of import-export values. And I was alarmed how much we actually import in terms of vegetables. So this is now the time for us to look at even at our people that live in the northern region or wherever they lived on communal land to promote food security in the northern region. They plant mahango, which is rain-fed, but we can look at other programs, provide water security so that they can start planting and growing vegetables instead of us importing. I was alarmed particularly by the figure for potatoes. I think it reported 889 million of imports. So why can we not then promote production that most of the people will need water? And I think we all know the calamities of the drought and climate change that is affecting all this. But we need some assistance to provide this assistance to the people so that they can become self-sufficient.
Yes, absolutely. We've been having that conversation for a while now, Ambassador. It was so nice to speak with you this morning. Unfortunately, we are out of time. We thank you for your time and thank you for speaking to the Namibian nation.
Thank you again, and happy Africa Day to you too.
You too. There you have it. Interesting stuff there coming through from Ambassador Emilia Mkusa speaking to us. That is this morning on this Africa Day. We have more chats. Today it's Africa all day because we appreciate her so much. Denver is up next.